Hi everyone, it's Ar Harun. Welcome to the Out of the Matter this week. One thing caught my eye. A man was sentenced to a year's jail for making some statements, unsavory statements on his FB. He apparently was charged under Section 233 in bracket 1 in bracket A of the Communication and Multimedia Act 1998. And he pleaded guilty. He was in tears. And his lawyer had impressed on the court that he's got a gastric problem and tuberculosis, and he's got to take care of his family, and yet he was sentenced to a year's imprisonment. Apparently, the learned magistrate in sentencing him say that he has caused disharmony, or rather he disrupted harmony in the society, and it was supposed to be an example that the law would not hesitate to impose this kind of heavy penalties on people like him for posting remark like he did. This of course came just after some nudists who also pleaded guilty. They were sentenced to a month's jail. But the thing that troubled me is if we compare these two sentences to sentences for other offences. There was a case involving a politician who was found guilty of corruption in $1 million. He also got 1 year jail. And of course, a year or 2 years ago, there was this guy who was guilty of 33 rape, but he was just bound over with a bond for good behaviour, and nothing else was done to him. Apparently because he's got a good future, you know. So this disparity in and sentencing people have of course made people, the general public, wonder what is the law all about. That doesn't mean that the court can willy-nilly, at its own whim and fancies, impose any kind of sentencing it like. There is what we call a judicial discretion, i.e. a discretion which is not absolute, a discretion which must be exercised in accordance with judicial principle. In the offences such as this FB remark or the nudist thing, there are many factors which are to be taken into consideration before sentencing. Number one is of course whether they have given full cooperation to the police. Number two, whether they have pleaded guilty. Number three, whether they have expressed remorse and promised not to do it again. These three things are called mitigating factors. And number four, we look whether they are first offenders. Number five, whether they are in the position or they could be repeating their offences again. And of course, number six, we look at whether what damage their offence had inflicted on the society at large. So these are the kind of elements which the judge look at before imposing sentencing or before imposing punishment on the convicted people. The law need also to consider what will happen to them in the prison. Will it really rehabilitate them, or will the imprisonment just turn them into a hardened criminal? View in that from that aspect, I think the imprisonment sentence for the nudist and the 1 year sentence was a little bit harsh. That's my personal opinion. I hope there is action taken to look at this principle of sentencing so that there is more consistency in the sentences which are given or handed out by the court. That's all for this week. Thank you very much.